Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the last measure of dispersion, name is standard deviation. First of all, we see the definition of standard deviation. So the first definition is variance. Standard deviation is calculated by using the variance. So first of all, we see the definition of variance. The mean square deviation of all observations taken from its mean, that is arithmetic mean, is called as variance. Let's see the formula for calculating the variance for ungrouped data. So the formula is variance is equal to summation x minus mean, that is x bar square divided by small n. So the definition of variance is arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is calculated as summation x upon n for ungrouped data. This is the arithmetic mean of x, but here in variance this is the arithmetic mean of square deviation means subtraction of all observation from its mean called as variance. So the definition is the arithmetic mean of square deviation of all observation from its mean called as the variance. Variance is denoted by the sigma square. And what is mean by the standard deviation? Standard deviation is nothing but the square root of variance. Variance is denoted by sigma square. So square root of sigma square, that is sigma. So standard deviation is denoted by the sigma. Okay. Now see case 1 for ungrouped data. What is the formula for calculating variance, standard deviation and coefficient of variance for ungrouped data? This coefficient of variance is the relative measure of variance which is used to compare the data sets. Okay, so the first formula, variance is equal to summation x square upon small n minus summation x upon small n bracket square, where small n is number of observations. And what is the standard deviation? Standard deviation is nothing but the square root of variance. And the relative measure of variance, that is the coefficient of variance, formula is standard deviation divided by mod of mean, that is the absolute value of mean, multiply by 100. See one example of ungrouped data. So how to calculate variance, standard deviation and coefficient of variance for ungrouped data. Calculate the standard deviation, variance and the coefficient of variance for following data. The data values we are given 3, 4, 7, 7, 8, 15 and last is 18. Here the total 7 observations we are given in example. So n value is 7. So first calculate the variance. How to calculate the variance? Variance formula is summation x square divided by small n minus summation x upon n bracket square, where small n is number of observation and value is 7. Okay, what is summation x square and what is mean by summation x? Summation x means sum of values of x, that is sum of column of x. And what is summation x square? Summation x square means sum of squaring all the values of x, that means sum of column of x square. So we need to make the column x square. So here the x values are 3, 4, 7, 7, 8, 15 and last is 18. Okay, and just squaring the values of x, 3 square that is 9, 4 square 16, 7 square 49, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 15 square 225, 18 square 324. We need the total of both the columns x and x square. So summation x value is 62, that is 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 15 plus 18. So the summation x value is 62. Now the summation x square value is 736, that is 9 plus 16 plus 49 plus 49 plus 64 plus 225 plus 324, the value is 736. Now just plug the value of summation x square, summation x and small n in the formula. So the variance is equal to 736 divided by 7 minus, what is the summation x value? 62. So 62 divided by 7, its square. Now next step, variance is equal to 736 divided by 7. So the value is 105.1428 minus 62 divided by 7, value is 8.8571 and its square. So the variance is equal to 105.1428 minus 78.4482. So the answer of variance is 26.6946. Now calculate the standard deviation. So how to calculate the standard deviation? Standard deviation formula is square root of variance. Here the variance value is 26.6946. So the square root of 26.6946 is 5.1666. Okay, now the last is CV, that is the coefficient of variance. Formula is standard deviation divided by mod of mean multiplied by 100. Here the standard deviation value is 5.166, but what is the value of mean? So the formula for calculating the mean for ungrouped data is mean is equal to summation x divided by small n. So mean is equal to, what is the summation x value? Summation x value is 62, and what is the n value? Here we are given the 7 observations, so 62 divided by 7, that is the value is 8.8571. Now just plug the value of standard deviation and mean in the formula of CV. So the CV is equal to 5.1666 divided by 8.8571 multiplied by 100. So 5.1666 divided by 8.8571 value is 0.5833 multiplied by 100. So the value of CV is 58.33. CV is always denoted by percentage. So the answer of CV is 58.33%. Now the second case is for group data. What is the formula for calculating variance, standard deviation and coefficient of variance for group data? So the formula for calculating the variance is summation x square into f divided by capital N minus summation x into f divided by capital N bracket square, where capital N is total frequency. What is the formula for calculating the standard deviation? Formula is standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. Now the relative measure of variance is coefficient of variance, that is CV, is equal to standard deviation divided by mod of mean, that is absolute value of mean, multiplied by 100, where mean is calculated as summation x into f divided by capital N for group data. Now see one example of ungrouped data. Here we are given the x along with their frequency, that means the given data is group data. So calculate standard deviation, variance and coefficient of variance for following data, that is group data. So first calculate variance. So variance formula is summation x square into f divided by capital N minus summation x into f divided by capital N whole square, where capital N is total frequency. So total of frequency column is 62. So here the capital N value is 62. Now we need summation x square into f and summation x into f for calculating the value of variance. So first make the column x into f or f into x and then x square into f for calculating the value of variance. What is mean by f into x? Means just multiply the f value to the corresponding value of x. So 0 into 8, that is 0. Then 1 into 7, that is 7. Then 2 into 12, that is 24. 3 into 15, that is 45. 4 into 8, that is 32. 5 into 9, that is 45. And last 16 into 3, that is 18. Okay. So take the total of column f into x. So here we will get the summation fx or x into f. So total is 137. Now make the last column x square into f. What is mean by x square into f? Squaring the values of x and then multiply to the corresponding value of f. So 0 square into 8, that is 0. Then 1 square into 7, that is 7. Then 2 square, that is 4. 4 into 12, that is 48. 3 square, that is 9. 9 into 15, that is 135. 4 square into 8, that is 128. 5 square into 9, that is 225. Then 6 square into 3, that is 108. So the total of column summation x square into f, that is 651. Just plug the value of summation x square into f and summation x into f in the formula. So variance is equal to 655. 651 divided by 62, capital N value is 62, minus summation xf is 171 divided by 62 whole square. Now divide 651 divided by 62, value is 10.5, then 171 divided by 62, that is 2.7580, bracket square, that is value is 7.6065, then 10.5 minus 7.6065, so the value is 2.8935. Now calculate the standard deviation. So formula for calculating the standard deviation is square root of variance. So the variance value is 2.8935. So the square root of 2.8935 is 1.7010. Now calculate the coefficient of variance. What is the formula for calculating the coefficient of variance? Formula is standard deviation divided by mod of mean, that is the absolute value of mean, multiplied by 100. Here the standard deviation value is 1.7010. And what is the value of mean? So mean is calculated as summation x into f divided by capital N for group data. So what is summation x into f? Summation x into f value is 171 divided by what is capital N value? 62. So 171 divided by 62 is equal to 2.7580. Now just plug the value of standard deviation and mean in the formula of CV. So CV is equal to 1.7010 divided by 2.7580 multiplied by 100. Then 1.7010 divided by 2.7580 value is 0.6167 multiplied by 100, that is 61.67. CV is always denoted by percentage. So here the CV value is 61.67%. Now the last case, continuous case, the formula for calculating variance, standard deviation and coefficient of variance for continuous data is same as the group data. Only the difference that in a continuous data we are not given the values of x, so consider x as the mid values. So variance formula is summation x square into f divided by capital N minus summation xf divided by capital N whole square. Standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. And what is the formula for calculating the coefficient of variance? Formula is standard deviation divided by mod of mean multiplied by 100, where mean is summation x into f divided by capital N. Now see one example. Calculate standard deviation, variance and coefficient of variance for following data. The data we are given the classes along with their frequencies. So the given data is continuous data. Okay. So for finding the values of variance, standard deviation, coefficient of variance, we need the values of x. So here we are not given the values of x. So x consider as a mid value. So how to calculate the mid value? Mid value is calculated as upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So in a class 1, what is the upper limit? 2. So 2 plus 0 divided by 2, that is 1. So mid value is 1. Then 4 plus 2 divided by 2, that is 3. 6 plus 4 divided by 2, 5. Then 8 plus 6 divided by 2, that is 7. Then 10 plus 8 divided by 2, that is 9. 12 plus 10 divided by 2, that is 11. 14 plus 12 divided by 2, that is 13. Then 16 plus 14 divided by 2, that is 15. So these are the mid values of classes. Now make the column x into f and x square into f, because these values we need for calculating the variance. So what is mean by x into f? Just multiply the x values to the corresponding values of f. So 1 into 12, that is 12. Then 3 into 22, that is 66. Then 5 into 28, that is 140. Then 7 into 38, that is 266. 9 into 137, that is 333. 11 into 29, that is 319. Then 13 into 20, that is 260. Then 15 into 14, that is 210. And last column total is summation xf is equal to 1606. Now the last column x square into f means this just squaring the values of x and then multiply to the f. So 1 square into 12, that is 12. Then 3 square into 22, that is 198. Then 5 square into 28, that is 700. Then 7 square into 38, that is 1862. Then 9 square into 37, that is 2997. Then 11 square into 29, that is 3509. Then 13 square into 20, that is 3380. And the last 15 square into 14, that is 3150. Now take the total of last column. So the total is 15808. Now just plug the values of summation x square into f, summation x into f and capital N in the formula of variance. So variance is equal to 15808 divided by 200. Here the capital N value is 200. That is total of column of frequency, that is f. Then 15808 divided by 200 minus 1606 divided by 200, its square. So 15808 divided by 200 is 79.08 and 1606 divided by 200 value is 8.03 square. Then 8.03 square is 64.4809. So 79.04 minus 64.4809 is 14.5591. So this is the value of variance. Now calculate the standard deviation. Standard deviation is nothing but the square root of variance. So variance value is 145591. So square root of 145591 is 3.815639. So this is the method for calculating the variance, standard deviation and CV for continuous data. Now last, the merits and demerits of standard deviation. So first of all we see the merits of standard deviation. So first merit is it is simple to understand and easy to calculate. It is based on all observation. Yes, because we need the all observations for finding the values of variance, standard deviation and CV. If it is based on all observation, then it is rigidly defined, that is strictly defined. And if it is rigidly defined, then it is capable for further mathematical treatment. That means it is used for the further mathematical calculations. Now the demerits of standard deviation. It is not calculated by graphically. It is affected by extreme observations. Yes, because the standard deviation is based on all observations. So it is affected by the extreme observations. It is not calculated for qualitative data. For example, we are given the data, ungrouped data, red, blue, and for calculating the variance we need the summation of x square. Okay, so what is mean by x square? Just squaring the values of x. So red square, how to calculate red square? We can't calculate the square of qualitative data. So the standard deviation is not calculated for the qualitative data, and similarly it is not calculated for open-end classes. Open-end classes means that if in a class if one of the limit is not specified, for example below 10, what is mean by below 10? 10 to less. Okay. But here the lower limit is not specified, upper limit is specified. But for continuous data we need the values of x, that is mid values, and we can't calculate the mid values of open end classes. So the standard deviation is not calculated for the open end classes. So these are the merits and demerits of standard deviation. In next lecture we will see the next lecture on movements. Thank you.